this is a set of Osram stars which were British made in the 1950s, and they come with the four colours: red, green, blue, yellow, with a white background. And originally these were supplied with a spherical plain bulb without any painting on it, and what you see is the light that's come through the shades. The one advantage with this set is because you don't really see the bulb, you can buy ready-made bulbs just like this. So these are bought from the internet for pennies each, and it's got an LED with a medium Edison screw thread, and these are 3 volts, so a set of 12 of these is 36 with a resistor and powered by a 42 volt converter. These are very nice and stable, don't get hot, use hardly any energy, and I think these you really can't tell from the real thing. I'm going to show you how I produced these.
You will need some kit. This is a 42 volt transformer. This has got a plug attached at the end which we'll need to take off. This is a set of 12 1950s bulb holders with their covers. This is one of the 12 shades with its backplate. This is a 220 ohm resistor with a 5 watt maximum power that will go through it. This is a 3 volt LED with a medium Edison screw that will fit nicely into the original 1950s bulb holders. You will need a simple terminal block to connect the connections from the transformer to the wires. You'll need a few specific tools as well. This is a soldering gun and solder. A soldering iron that runs hot permanently will be just as good. This is a specially made device made by a friend of mine, which enables you to take the bulb holder out of its cover without damaging it. It's actually a fairly simple bit of kit with an old bulb holder at the end soldered onto an 8mm screw thread. This is a wiring diagram of how it will all work. So you can see on the left there's the 42 volt transformer. On the positive side there's the resistor, and then you'll see that there are 12 LEDs. The key thing with these LEDs is they're all pointing in the same direction. So the LED bulbs that you buy always have the positive on the end and the negative on the screw thread at the side. And it's therefore imperative that the polarity of the wire to the bulb holders is all in the same direction, otherwise you won't make a circuit and they won't work. So as from experience, these wires were soldered essentially at random, because with incandescent bulbs it doesn't matter. We've got a little bit of work to do, so I'll show you how we do this.
This is the positive end, and it's this wire here, and that's coming to the wrong terminal again, so we'll have to swap these around. Just give the soldering gun a few seconds to warm. Let's come off. That one's off. So now it's the one that needs to go onto the end that was on the side. Hold it for a few seconds for the solder to set. course, in the future, if you ever wanted to use these lights with original tungsten bulbs, you can do, because by changing the polarity of these doesn't have any bearing for tungsten filament bulbs. And I'll just continue working my way along the set. So that is the positive end, and that's gone into the positive end of the bulb holder, so this is fine. Push that a couple of millimetres in, and that looks fine. I'll do another one. So this is our positive end, and it's gone on to the negative terminal, so we'll have to swap this one as well. So you need to get the ends nicely tinned. So for this, it's essential you need to get the heat into the wire. That's melting on nicely now. You actually need quite a bit to tin, because you have to remember the wire is multi-threaded. So the solder needs to fill all the gaps between the wires. So that end's nicely done. And I'll do the same with the other end. This is a bit of wire from another old set, so it matches the green colour quite nicely. And that one is tinned. So now the resistor doesn't have a polarity, so it doesn't matter which way you solder this on. And that's soldered on really nicely, because that was already tinned. So now I need to solder this end on. So that is the heat shrink actually activated in the heat. You can see the shape of the resistor underneath there. So we've now got our two contacts. This is the 42 volt transformer, and it originally came as a plug because this was designed to be a charger for a scooter. I took the plug off, a red and black wire obviously indicating the positive and the negative. So this is our positive end, so put that into a terminal block. And the other end is our negative, which we'll put into the black. Now the most simple set of lights you can have is when your bulbs are already ready, as we saw earlier, and these are medium Edison screw threads with an LED in, so we'll just screw these in for testing purposes, and then we can put the shades on later. And there we are. So they look as good, pretty well, as the real thing. So I'll take the bulb out of the back cover. Bulb goes through the back cover and screws in. Now once you put the cover on, I challenge anyone to be able to tell that that is anything other than the real thing. Well, this is the last one on the tray, on the set. So I'll put the back cover on, screw this into place and put the last shade on. So there you are, a completed set of 1950s Osram stars with working LEDs.